Hello. As you can see, it's already getting a bit dark outside. I'm spending quite a lot of time editing this video. Um, there was a lot of questions that were asked. It took me over an hour just sat here in my chair reading through them and replying to them. So yeah, I just want to say thank you all so much for the responses and huge thank you for helping us reach 9,000 subscribers. Really did not think it was possible to even get this far, but we defied all odds. So yeah, just want to say, yeah, again, a massive thank you. Without you guys, this wouldn't have even been possible. I know you've probably heard people say that a million times, but it really is a crazy, unimaginable thing to have achieved. So yeah, enjoy the video. It's taken a long time to get this far with the editing and reading through comments and answering them. So hopefully it was worth the time, and enjoy. Any other hobbies you have? Not really. Do it. Fart. Okay. Eliminate 294. Do you riz in Ohio? On Skibbity, I think you could find a WGAT. Yes. Congrats on 9k. Thank you. First question. How did you get the name Eliminate 294? So when I was really young, when everyone played on the Xbox, my dad came up with the name Eliminate 247 because I had Nate in the name. And the 294, I think, came from my sister when I was making my Roblox account in 2011. So that's where 294 comes from. Don't know why those numbers. They're just random numbers. Second question, how do you warm up? Depends on the day. If I'm having like a decent session, then I'll normally start with like 150 or 160. I try to aim for semi-dense maps, but if that's like too hard for me at the time, I'll go down to 140 and just play for consistency. Third question, are you gonna cosplay Cinnamon on 10k subs? So that's kind of something I said as a joke because I didn't think I would even get as close to 10k subs as I thought I would. I guess time will tell. We'll see. I might end up doing it in the end, but I don't know. Are dans a waste of time? Honestly, I would say they're not, up until a certain point. While I was grinding for Delta, because I was Tachyon for the longest time, I was top 10 in 4-key, and I was the only one that was Tachyon level. Everyone else was way above me, because I couldn't do Volcanic. So, I think in that sense, being able to grind and get better at the game, because you're aiming for something, right? I think at that point it's not a waste of time. But in my opinion, past Delta, it's like, do I want to grind for Epsilon? No, because to me, I think it's more manip than not, right? So I'm kind of at the point now where I just want to play the game for fun, right? Tell us something random about you. My favorite color is green. Is anything even real? We live in a simulation. Uganda, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to break it to you. Are you a parking ticket because you got fined written all over you, Dan? Thanks for that. What am I to you? You're that guy that I know from high school who was a very smart person and got A's in all of their classes. Can you say buh? There you go. Buh. You're welcome. Am I your sugar daddy? No. No. No, don't ever say that again, Ratus, please. Wonder or Lee? Wonder. I'm sorry, I actually don't really know much about either player. I only know Wonder for the IISS. That's basically it. I know that Wonder and Lee are both very popular Mania players, but I don't know anything about them, so that's why I say Wonder. Can I get a booklet bip bookie with a side of bulk? Sure. Here you go. There you go. What's your favorite thing to do? I would say playing OSU, but currently not at the moment, as we all know. At the moment, I would probably say programming or Counter-Strike. I've been playing a lot of Counter-Strike recently. Are you go to any other games? If we're talking rhythm games, I play a lot of Project Diva. I've full comboed a few 11s in that game. Weird flex, but yeah, I play a lot of rhythm games, right? OSU is not the only one I play. So yeah, I've got experience in a lot of things. But besides rhythm games, yeah, Counter-Strike, I wouldn't say I'm good at, but maybe above average. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no? I'm gonna say yes, because I like pineapple, but I'm also gonna say it's not my go-to to put on a pizza. If I have like a limited amount of toppings that I can put on a pizza, pineapple would not be one of my first choices. But yes, I would say it's acceptable to have on a pizza. What's wrong with the pic quality? I assume you're talking about the picture I included in the YouTube post. That's because I downloaded it as an emote, and the emote is very small, very small. So when you put it in YouTube, it upscales it massively. So that's why the picture quality is really bad. How to hit the note fast. How to become Eliminate. So I guess we're gonna go into my backstory a little bit here. The way I improved at OSU was I played with friends, right? I know it's gonna be hard for some of you because having friends, but the people I played with, they were like roughly my skill level, and I played with them almost every day. Played multis together, and it's kind of challenging each other, trying to be better than them. Sending scores to them in DMs saying, yo, look at this score I got, and also their reaction really motivates you to play. If you have people around you that tell you that you're good enough to keep going, right, that's kind of how you get the motivation to carry on, and that's where it came from for me. Now, if we talk about play styles, like how I actually improved, to be honest, I don't even know. I kind of just played the game a lot. That's kind of it. Did you play Eterna? Ricky, yes, I don't anymore, but I did used to play a lot of Eterna back in 2020. And that's actually the main reason of how I got into Core Jack. How are you today? Tired. I just woke up. So yeah, pretty tired. Literally just got out of bed, started recording the video, so yeah, the more you know. Do you like cheese? And if yes, what's your favorite type of cheese? I do like cheese. I like many types of cheese. If I had to choose a favorite type of cheese, am I gonna be boring and say mozzarella or Swiss cheese? Yeah, mozzarella or Swiss cheese. Both really good cheeses. Your favorite Mania players? Now, that's kind of a hard one because I kind of don't look up to many people anymore. The better you get at a game, there's kind of less reason to. I would say when I first started out, I will say though, I looked up to Jake, who was a really good Mania player for his time in the UK. He was like my inspiration to get better at the game, right? I wanted to be better than Jake. So, but yeah, other than that, I don't really look up to many people anymore. I'm sorry, I don't play the game much either, so it's kind of is what it is. Are you currently studying something? I go to university. I'm in my 3rd year of university, and I study cybersecurity and forensics. So, yeah, pretty nerdy stuff. How do you waste time? Video games. A lot of video games. I waste a lot of time in video games. Why 294? I answered earlier. Answered this question. They're just random numbers. There's actually no meaning behind it. Do you think one of your hands is better than the other? My left hand is a lot better than my right hand. The only reason I can think of for this being the case is that your left hand you use for your keyboard, WASD, whereas your right hand is for your mouse, right? So my left hand has got like the finger movements, I don't know, it's probably something to do with that. What's your proudest score? I don't really have a proudest score. I used to like really rate my scores when I was not so good at the game. but I'm kind of at a point now where all my scores are kind of like the same, you know? I did upload a video, best score of 2024, I think it was, but the only reason that's the title is because I stole it from Kibit. So he made a video with the exact same title, but in 2022. So I was kind of just memeing, to be honest. Cats or dogs? Cats. That's a very, very easy question to answer. I'm here not to ask, but to say hello. Hello, what's up? What kind of cheese? Why does everyone ask about cheese? What's your favorite tournament/tournament match that you can think of? One that I've played in, Speed of Light 2. The entire tournament I really, really enjoyed playing. Tournament that I didn't play in, if I'm just thinking of a different match, I don't know, probably the probably Speed of Light 2, probably the same thing. I cannot express how much I enjoyed that tournament. Serious question, do you think Lich and Kyoning are the same person? I don't really know anything about either of those players, so I don't know. Do you know why Cell cheat OD? Nope, but probably the same reason why most people, or most top players, cheat anyway, is because they want to feel that sense of improvement, right? You're better at the game, so you improve less, right? You kinda lose that feeling of getting better at the game, so the way you can overcome that is by cheating. So that would be my best guess, but honestly could be for any reason. I've not looked into it, so I wouldn't know. We're the Afro doing the Q&A. Okay, if I can find it. I genuinely am sorry. I looked around for like over 5 minutes. I can't find it. I don't know where I put it. What would you do if cinnamon spawned in your room? I don't know what I would do. I'd probably lose myself. What's your age? And what's my universal offset in OSU? So I use -69 or -70. The thing is, you kind of have to figure that out for yourself. Universal offset in OSU, the way you should calculate it is by playing an easy map, like a 3-star map or something, let's say, and then calibrate it from there. So just tap to the music, and if you're hitting late, then make it more into the negative. If you're hitting early, then make it more positive. Do you consider yourself ahead of your time? No. No, not at all. I started playing Mania in 2019, right? And other top players like Muka and Boj, right? I know for a fact that they've been playing before 2017. So no, I know how far behind I am. I've got quite a bit of catching up to do. No, I do not think I'm ahead of my time. Can you do a handstand? I cannot. I am like the least acrobatic. I can't do any tricks. I can't do like a front flip, can't do back flip, can't do a handstand. Cinnamon cosplay when jokingly set at 10,000 subs, but I don't know how. I don't know how it's gonna go. It might go through. It might. Do you play other games like FPS? So I play CS:GO or Counter-Strike 2. It is now. I occasionally play Rainbow Six Siege, and I tried to get into Rust again, but oh my god, Rust is Rust is Rust. I don't think I can get back into Rust. Will I ever make Epsilon? I believe anyone can. If you play fully legit, or if you are good at manip, as long as you put in the time and practice into grinding the skill sets that you need, which for Epsilon is just, for the first 2 maps is basically Jack, and then the 3rd and 4th map is manip speed. So if you get good at those 2 things, you could do it. When will you ever beat me? Overrise, I don't know if that's possible. I am probably the least skilled Mania player here. What was your favorite anime? So let me bring this up actually, because I'm not good at like remembering names of anime, but there is, oh god, my flashbang. Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible. This is actually like, I watched it kind of recently, and I loved it. Maybe my new favorite anime. What do you think of the fish boost? Does it help you? I don't know what the fish boost is, man. Do I need to eat fish in order to get the fish boost? Like what? What is the fish boost? Do you like Kita? Yes, I love Kita. What are your future goals in OSU Mania? So that's a hard one. I actually don't know. If I don't really have a goal, right? If I had to have one, SS Rose Quartz 1.3. That's something I know I can do. I just need to have the right session for it. Do you play any game other than OSU Mania? Yep. Said earlier. A very inspirational and thankful comment. A very heartwarming response. Does playing to get 99% or 100% make your chord jack speed faster, or only increase accuracy skill? I would say a bit of both, right? If you're playing, for me, for example, I can play up to like 200. Not dense, right? Not dense 200, but 200 chord jack. So if I only grinded 130, my chord jack speed is not going to improve, but my accuracy will. But it's about finding like the right balance. So for me, that balance is playing 170, right? 170, and I play for AC, right? That helps me improve my chord jack speed as well as my accuracy. And the reason I say 170 is because 170 and above, it all kind of just feels like the same, to be honest. It's kind of the same. It's not the same, but it's kind of the same motion for playing much higher BPMs. And I will say, even for me, when you're playing super high BPM like 200, there is a slight bit of manip, which helps you to hold combo. If you don't know how you do that, you'll figure out. It does exist. Which one do you like more, strawberry or chocolate? Chocolate, I'm sorry. Just wanted to ask, how you doing? I am very tired. I'm not very tired, but I'm tired. Were you always a jack main? No, I was not always a jack main. I started off playing jump stream. It was only until I discovered the player Tachyon, not Dan, the player, and basically he really got me into chord jack because he was a really popular chord jack mapper, and he got me to play Eterna sessions with him, which is also the reason why I played Eterna a lot in 2020. So yeah, because I played with Tachyon so much, he really got me into chord jack, and he kept pushing me. Anytime I streamed, he'd be there, and he would give me maps non-stop saying, play this, on this rate. So if not for him, I would not be a chord jack main. What's your main goal in life right now? In life, it's just to get my degree, to be honest. I'm doing a 4-year course, so I'm going for my bachelor's with honors. But after that, I might be going for my master's as well. So my main goal is just to get that done, really. Are you a good 7-key player? No. I have only FC'd like one 1-star in 7-key. I'm really bad in 7-key. Peak rank 4-key, rank 4. Once I got to rank 4, I basically stopped farming because rank 3 was way too far ahead. And I don't think I'm ever going to push to a high rank again in 4-key, because with LN being so meta right now, and with me being so bad at LN, it's kind of tough to get there, you know? Have you thought about leaving OSU Mania? And if so, how many times? I think about it all the time, to be honest. OSU Mania for me, I get bored of it very fast. I didn't used to. It's only recently. And no, before you say anything, it's not because I only play chord jack, right? I don't only play chord jack. I play basically everything. But I just get bored of it because, probably going back to a previous point where you don't really feel the sense of improvement anymore, you know? It's kind of all there is to it. What do you use to make your thumbnails? So I don't actually make my thumbnails, although I probably will start making them myself soon. But at the moment, I have someone else doing that for me. If you check the description of any one of my videos, it will say who made the thumbnail, because I've had multiple people make them in the past. One Koshpen IRL collab. Planning to do that very, very soon, actually, so be ready for that. If it happens. I hope it happens. Will you ever do longer streams, like 6 hours or maybe even 8? I used to, back when I didn't only play chord jack in my live streams. I used to stream for maybe like 5 or 6 hours, because chord jack is so draining physically and mentally. You cannot play for that long. It's actually impossible. So I've tried to play like other modes on stream as well to kind of counteract that, but it's not the same. My game lags a lot whenever I play other modes. Input lag, big problem. Did you ever think you'd become a top OSU Mania player? No, I did not. I went into OSU Mania with the full expectation of I'm playing it for fun, but I still wanted to be better than other people, right? So anytime I saw someone on the leaderboards that I was like friends with, I would try to beat them. But I was never in the community, right? I didn't even know who the #1 player was. I literally only played to be better than my friends. What got you into OSU Mania or VRSGs in general? By the way, you're the best. Thank you. Thank you, Sniper Life. What got me into OSU Mania? I don't even know. So okay, this might be a surprise to a lot of you, right? But I did play Roblox before I played Mania. It wasn't for long, albeit. I was like towards the end of 2018. It was not long before I switched to Mania. And it was basically someone in Roblox, or in the Roblox Discord server, I can't remember what it was. But they challenged me to a 1v1 in OSU Mania. And I knew what OSU was at the time, but I didn't know OSU Mania existed. Because I played OSU back in 2016, but I only played Standard because I thought that was what OSU was, and I didn't enjoy it, so I never went back to it. But after someone told me about OSU Mania, I started playing that, realized, oh my god, this is so much better than Roblox. I stuck to it. But yeah, I don't know where the passion came from for VSRGs. I kind of just really enjoyed it. Jimmy Dean or Bob Evans? Jimmy Dean or Bob Evans? I don't know. I searched up and it was talking about like breakfast sausages and eggs. I don't know, I'm sorry. What sports do you play? You think I play sports? So wild assumption. Just my congratulations on 9k. Thank you very much, Mills. Thank you. How is your hand's position while playing Core Jacks? I might be wrong. I might be doing it wrong, as the part where density increases, my wrist experiences pain sometimes. I wouldn't say there is one best way to position your hands, but what I will say is make sure you are comfortable, right? If you're not comfortable, that's where you'll get injuries. So just find a position. I know a lot of people play like with their keyboard really close to them, so they'll play like this, but I can't do that. I need to play like as far out as possible. This is kind of like as far as I can go. My arms being outstretched is my comfort position. What is your proudest achievement in OSU Mania? Yeah, again, I really don't know. I kind of just... all the scores I get are kind of the same. So, could be whatever you want it to be. I see them all as equal. Who's the person who inspired you to play? It's Jake. It's Jake. Really got me into OSU Mania. He was my inspiration, the person that I wanted to beat ever since I started playing. Will you ever go for Epsilon in the future? It's not something I plan on doing, but maybe there'll come a point where if I'm still playing OSU Mania at that time, where I'm just like, ugh, I need to get this done, and I want to get it done, then maybe I'll do it, but I don't have any plans for it. How has OSU Mania or VSRGs in general affected your music taste? It's affected my music taste quite a severe amount, actually. Before OSU, I would listen to like pop, right? That's all there was to it. But after OSU, oh my god, I listen to basically anything now. Literally anything. What's your favorite OSU game mode? Catch the Beat, by miles. Actually, Catch the Beat is probably the most fun I have had in OSU in a very, very long time. I don't know what it is. It's just like very, very satisfying to play. Do you have a favorite game? At the moment, as it stands, my favorite game that I've been playing recently is Counter-Strike. I've been playing Counter-Strike for almost a decade now, but I've only really been getting into it as of recently. What do people in your life think about your Mania skill? Do they respect it, or do they just not care at all? When they first saw my skill, like this goes for anyone, like both friends and family. When they first see my skill, they're like, "Oh my god, how do you do that?" Right? But after, because I play the game a lot, kind of grows old, right? Like they kind of stop caring. It's kind of like, yeah, no. At first, they're really impressed by it. Maybe even now they're still impressed by it, but it's kind of like, it's not as talked about. Bonus question: when did you first watch/hear about Nico Para? I don't know, sometime in 2020. And also, do you think any of the rapid trigger keyboards are worth it? In my experience, this works differently for different people. But in my experience, rapid trigger has not actually helped me so much. But what has helped me so much about these keyboards is the very low actuation point. I play on 0.4. I don't know, it's just before I would have problems with my keys double tapping. I think I'd always break my keyboard after like a few months after getting it, but my Wu-Ting I've not broken yet. Being such a good ACK player, why do you never play low-end ACK? I used to, actually. That's how I got good at accuracy, was by playing low-end ACK. But my definition of low-end ACK is a lot different than your definition, right? For me, low-end ACK is 140 BPM chord jack, right? If I play a 3-star, which I'm guessing is what you're referring to, that is also low-end ACK, right? But they're kind of the same. If I had to compare my ratios between a 3-star and 140 BPM chord jack, they'll be very similar. So just for enjoyment purposes, I would rather play 140. That's where low-end ACK ends for me. Opinions on Dorset, my county. Let's see. After doing a very quick search, I think it looks very nice actually. There's not many places in the UK that look nice, but that actually looks like a really nice place. What motivation encouraged you to play chord jacks and ratio? So my initial motivation was from Tachyon. But after that, my motivation was just because at the time it was the only thing I was good at. And being good at something is obviously a fun experience. So that's why I kept playing chord jack. And ratio, honestly, was just something that came to me. I grinded ratio at some point. I can't remember if it was the start of 2021 or the start of 2020. Or 2020. But it was either at the start of 2020 or 2021 that I was grinding ratio a lot. And ever since then, I've never actually properly grinded ratio. So just naturally came to me. What's your favorite pattern other than jacks? Handstream, I would say. I do enjoy playing handstream when you can hit it. When it's at like a reasonable BPM, like I don't know, 270, 280. That's also fun. How did you know Mania and rhythm games in general? Rhythm games in general, I don't know. Just came across it randomly. Played it, enjoyed it, and wanted to keep going, basically. What are your rapid trigger settings, by the way? So my rapid trigger settings, I use 0.4 actuation point and 0.2 rapid trigger, but depending on the day, depending how I'm playing, sometimes I'll go to 0.6 actuation point and 0.3 rapid trigger, but ultimately it's not much of a difference. Got any tips on how to jack? I've been stuck at 120 BPM for the last 5 months. So 120 is still in the realm of finger jacking, right? You're not really wrist jacking. So I think the problem that you and a lot of other people most likely have is you haven't developed the wrist jacking technique. Wrist jacking allows you to play up to any BPM, really. I wrist jack and I can play up to 200. But obviously that never used to always be the case. I also struggled on 120 or 130 BPM at one point, so I know how it feels. But the only way that you can learn the technique and improve is by playing higher BPM chord jack. I would also say, this might sound counterintuitive, but if you know how to vibro, wrist jacking is a very similar motion. It's not the same motion, but it's very similar. So try to apply that motion into your chord jack. How to improve in stamina stat to play fast chords. So stamina can be anything. People say that stamina has to be like 4-minute maps, you know, no breaks. But to me, stamina is literally anything where your arms burn while playing. So even if it's a minute map and it's super dense, high BPM, and your arms are in pain after that, that's still stamina. You will improve your stamina that way. So literally just play things that are hard. That's basically it. And keep doing that. Can I be your girlfriend? I'm also a jack main. H-Sod. Okay, okay, HSOD. I allow you. Okay. Okay. What is your obsession with cinnamon? I don't actually have an obsession with cinnamon, as you all think I do. The reason why I've got cinnamon everywhere is because she's kind of like my motif, right? Everyone knows me for cinnamon. That's why I've got cinnamon everywhere. So that's kind of it. If everyone just thought, if no one knew me as that cinnamon person, I would have whoever as my profile picture, as everything, everywhere. Like I do on Discord. Discord, I change my profile picture a lot. But yeah, it's because I'm so well linked with cinnamon that I keep it. How to improve ratio on Core Jack streams? Play lower BPM. So for me, that's 140. For you, it might be 130, 120, anything. If you're at the point where you can only play 120 or 130, then play 3 stars. Play low star rated ranked maps. That's what I did for like a couple weeks straight, and I improved a lot from it. So even though it's really easy ranked maps, when you're wanting to apply it in hardcore Jack, it still applies. It still works. You live in England, correct? If so, have you ever shivved someone or been shivved? I do not live in England. I live in Scotland. And no, I've never shivved anyone, and I've never been shivved. I would like to hope I've never been shivved. Thank you for the question, Mula Man. What's my favorite map of all time? My favorite map of all time might be Hitogata. Hitogata is a map that I have played immensely. Not much anymore, but I've got a lot of plays on that map. How can I get better at quad streams in a combo sense and mini jacks in an accuracy / consistency sense? The hard part of quad stream is the jack, right? Because the streams, it's basically transitioning from you doing streams into the motion of the mini jack, you know, at the quad. Which honestly, the only way I can say you improve in that is by playing quad stream. I think quad stream is a very unique pattern. So the only way you can get better at it, I would say, is just by playing quad stream. Do you like the Little Bakery? Funny enough, I've never actually, that I can recall, I've never actually been to the Little Bakery before, so I can't really comment. I don't really go to any of the bakeries, so I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. I can't compare it to anything. I've never been. When and why did you start to focus on getting core jack scores in general? Congrats on the 9k. Thank you. Thank you for the congrats. I started to focus on core jack probably in late, no, not late, it was probably the start of 2020, and basically I enjoyed it so much so I kept playing it. So yeah, start of 2020, and I've been playing it since, so over 4 years probably has been a lot of time dedicated into core jack. What skill set are you least good at? And if you could, would you dedicate a whole session to that skill set? So if we're gonna say manip is a skill set, I'm not gonna say it is or isn't. That's just up to you. If we're saying it is, then manip, 100%. I'm at the point where my brain does not function like that. My brain functions as in I see a pattern, I hit the pattern, right? If we're saying it's not, my least good skill set, maybe LN. Depends on the types of LN patterns. I am probably the worst at inverse, but I'm pretty good at releases. So yeah, inverse LN is probably my worst skill set. And would I dedicate a whole session to that? Probably not, because inverse LN actually drains my mental stamina. I can't do inverse. What are your thoughts on Wooting and Drunk Deer keyboard? Which is better in your opinion? I have not looked at the Drunk Deer keyboard. I got my Wooting keyboard like over a year ago, so a year and a half ago, I think it was. And yeah, the keyboard for me so far has been really good. So if Drunk Deer, like what people are saying, is just a cheaper Wooting, then do your research, make sure it's good enough that you'll actually use it, and decide for yourself, really. I've not looked into it, so I can't say. Do you play Roblox? No, that's kind of... I do occasionally. There are some games in Roblox that are actually, like, fun. So every now and then, yes, I do. I do play Roblox. How do you feel about being called Lemonade by Force to Pay? Call me Lemonade if you want to call me Lemonade. If you want that to be my nickname, be my guest. If you could make any update / change to OSU, what would it be? I've got so many so many ideas and changes that I would 100% make to OSU Mania that would improve the game tenfold. But if I had to choose only one, I would say fix the star rating / PP. Right, LN is so inflated, and also the ranked system as well. The maps that are getting ranked recently are really really not what they used to. Gotta try not to complain as much about it, but I have been saying for a long time that the ranked section has been going downhill for a long time. Yeah, fix PP, fix ranked section. How did you get introduced to Mania? Like I said earlier, guy from Roblox wanted to 1v1 me in Mania, so that's where I came from. What was your training method to get better overall? A lot of it is mindset and mentality. So, like I said, I did not involve myself with the overall community when I first started out when I was playing. I just wanted to better myself and be better than my peers. I think it's a lot of don't compare yourself to people that are a lot better than you. Unless that works for you, but for me, how it worked for me is I just wanted to improve myself. Will there be any attempt on clearing Epsilon down in the near future, regardless if you're a core jack main? Like I said, I don't know. It just depends whether I actually want to at some point. How did you find out about rhythm games? Do you have any inspiration? Do you have any goals? Do you plan to retire at some point? Like I said about rhythm games, so rhythm games I just stumbled across, right? There's, I didn't watch anyone, I didn't watch a video, watch a streamer, didn't see an ad. I don't know what ads for rhythm games you're finding, but yeah, no, I just stumbled across rhythm games and I enjoyed playing it. Do you have any inspiration? My inspiration was just the fact that I improved, right? That sense of improvement is really what motivates you to keep going, but inspiration, not really. Not really. Do you have any goals? Like I said earlier, Rose Quartz 1.3 SS maybe. Stronger SS, which I've basically already done at this point, let's be honest. Do you plan to retire at some point? Yeah. When I really cannot be bothered to play anymore, that's when I'll probably stop playing. But I think no matter what, I'll still come back after a year. Like what I actually done, was it last year? The year before, I can't remember, but I stopped playing for like 9 months, and basically I used those 9 months to play Catch the Beat, and then I came back to Mania. I get fed up again, so it'll probably happen again. Any tips to improving jack speed and finger control? Play higher BPM. If you can get 98 or 99 on, say, 140 BPM, then how I would go about improving is by playing 145 until you can 98, 99, 145 consistently. And once you can, then go 150 and always up it by like 5 BPM. That's what I would suggest. How can I get better at core jack? Play more. What are some tips for gaining and increasing my stamina across all aspects of play? Core jack being among the most draining for me. Core jack is, whether you like it or not, the most draining skill set in the entire game. Because core jack you're using like your entire arm, using every muscle in your arm, right? In other skill sets you don't, it's mainly just your wrist and fingers. So don't worry, that's very normal. And to increase your stamina is just to keep playing stamina. And that applies for any other skill set. I would say if you play handstream and it's very stamina draining, that will still help you in core jack, right? So just play stamina. And that's it. 110 comments. I have been recording for an hour straight. It's taken me an hour to answer all these questions. Thank you all so much for the questions, the responses, and thank you all so much for helping us reach 9,000 subscribers. It's definitely a goal that years ago when I was playing Beat Saber, didn't even think was possible. I thought like even 100 was really cool. And then I got 1,000 and now I'm nearing 10,000. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty hard to imagine. It's still like not even clocked in, But yeah, greatly appreciate it. Thank you all so much. And 10,000 is next. I don't know if we can manage it, but hopefully we can get there in the end. So I guess I'll see you in the next score post that I do. If I upload another one, might be a month from now, might be tomorrow. We will see. But yes, take care everyone. Adios.